Okay guys, so I offered to help my friend cater a wedding this weekend, and now the bride wants us to match the wedding party, meaning buying something to wear that I can't afford. How did an offer of time and labor become an expense? Wait, so they helped their friend cater the wedding this weekend, and now the bride wants us to match the wedding party? Okay. I mean, I feel like this isn't gonna ruin the wedding day, but like, yeah, like you're definitely offering to help and now they want you to pay money. I'd be like, no. I'd just be like straight up, no, I'm sorry. Like, I know that it's like the bride's day and they, they get to decide, but at the same point, like, I'm not about to spend $400 because you decided that. So,
my cousin married a vapid idiot. The night before the wedding at the rehearsal, she figured out the flower girl had the same shoes as her in a much smaller size. She flipped her shit at 9 p.m. and made the mother of the flower girl buy different shoes for her before the ceremony. That's what happens when you buy your shoes from Payless. Not much of a selection in white. Yo, I just wouldn't take, my daughter wouldn't be at the wedding anymore, you know? I'd be like, no, you're insane. What the hell? Take that as an opportunity to be like, look, we have the same shoes on. How great does it feel when you make a kid feel like cool and excited? Like what? I just don't understand why people get married when they don't want to share the day with other people. I'm like, then just go to the courthouse, just you, your husband to be, and call it a day. If you don't want other people to be there, because you can't control what other people do. I don't know. Just don't get married if you're so upset about everything. I don't know.
Drama. Hungry photographer deletes all photos and leaves after being denied food at wedding. Well, I mean, there you have it, guys. You don't deny your photographer food. If my guy's out here taking a million different pictures and he's like, hey, can I have a appetizer or something like that? You go, absolutely you can. Plus, it's like why would you even say no? Unless you straight up had the food so planned out that it's like, I'm sorry, man. If you have some, no, another person won't get it. But no, that's stupid. There, honestly, you got what was coming to you. I'm getting married in 4 months. One of the bridesmaids have put on a fuckload of weight since I've asked her. How do I tell her nicely that she needs to take a few runs around the block daily? I don't want a fat heifer to ruin my wedding photos. I'm so pissed off they know how much this wedding means to me and she just doesn't give a f. Oh my god. I hate you. I literally hate you. I hope that your husband leaves you, or whoever it is that you're marrying, I hope that they leave you, because this is horrible. That is just a horrible, horrible, horrible thing to ever say. And even to think, even to actually think, that, I don't even want to get into it. That is just a horrible individual, guys. Wow, I hate you so much.
After the ceremony was over, the bride informed us that in order to save money, the wedding party wouldn't be served a meal along with the rest of the guests. She said, you already had the privilege of being in my wedding. What more can you ask for? I'm like, a plate of roast beef, Karen. That's what I can ask for. What do you mean? Imagine. And how many people are in your wedding party? How much more, if you're spending thousands of dollars on a wedding, how much more does it really cost? To feed your wedding party? Or you should have just invited less guests. Right? That's insane. I would leave. I just wouldn't be there anymore. Also, you pay to be... I could rant about this one for the entire video. We're moving on.
Sorry, you can't come to the wedding. Send us money anyway. As much as we would love for you to attend, sadly our venue cannot accommodate everyone. We are sure to keep you in our hearts in this celebration of love. If you would like to congratulate the bride and groom rather than a registry, they are accepting money to aid in a beautiful honeymoon. Yeah, so I mean, you know what? Honestly, they're shooting their shot. They're shooting their shot, and I'm not gonna fault them for shooting their shot. Is it rude? I mean, kinda, but they're shooting their shot and they're like, hey, you could still give us money, but we can't afford, and maybe they're just not that well off. Maybe their venue can't accommodate everybody because they don't have that much money. So, you know what? I mean, they're shooting their shot and respect. Looking to borrow a car for my wedding day. We'll be needing it from 2 to 8 p.m. Thank you. You can borrow my Tesla if you want. Do you have a picture? Seriously, a Model 3? Trade it in for a Model X and then maybe I'll consider. And then this guy says, dude, it's just an option. You don't have to be a dick about it. I will be out of town, so I can't make it to your wedding. You can borrow the M3 if you want. LOL, no thank you. Looking for something at least over 100K. It's for my wedding, not my 18th birthday party. Wow, I hate you. I hate all of you. It's a Tesla and dude, like these are nice cars too. And even if they weren't, like these people are straight up offering their vehicles to you and this is how you get back to them. Like never again. Like I'm not going to your wedding. I hate people like this so much, man. Like they're just the worst.
After the ceremony was over, the bride informed us that in order to save money, the wedding party wouldn't be served a meal along with the rest of the guests. She said, "You already had the privilege of being in my wedding. What more can you ask for? Dinner? Please? What the heck?" I wouldn't go. I wouldn't go. If there's not gonna be food, I will not be there. I'm apparently the Bridezilla. I'm like, oh my god, she said this, there's no food. God, get a better wedding. Yeah, that's actually wild though. I don't know. I get that it's expensive, but like, it didn't feel like a privilege to be in your wedding, you know what I mean? Maybe they like, I don't even know. I don't even know you guys. Yeah, I don't like it.
I offered to shoot an entire wedding for $400. $400, 12 plus hours of shooting, 24 editing, an average photography package usually started at $2K. I just got yelled at for charging that much. If you don't have it in your budget, take it with an iPhone, I don't care. Literally for real, dude, like $400 is a ridiculous steal. I don't even know why they offered that in the first place, man. Like, they're so right. Like, you want wedding photos? Like, you were looking at thousands and thousands of dollars to get a professional to do it. Because, yeah, they gotta come in their entire day, then they edit it all up. Like, that is insane. Okay, so Fox5 comes in here and says, the couple invited family and friends to their dream home for their wedding, or for their weekend wedding celebration, saying it was God's plan that they should get married there. Just one problem, they didn't own the mansion and didn't get permission from the owner. Well, that is absolutely ridiculous. Can you imagine just showing up to a person's home, just being like, hey, we're just gonna like occupy this space right now because God told us it's all good. We're getting married and God's gonna be with us, so yeah, just chill. I'd be like, no, you're not, man. Like, I'm glad that you like my home, but like, goodbye. And I feel like this could have been avoided because they probably could have reached out to the owner and said, hey, listen, it's our wedding. We love your home so much. We'll pay you a little bit of money. We'll give you some food. Can we just come in here, do this thing for an afternoon? We'll be gone. I feel like they would be okay with that, you know, because like it's love and stuff, but doing it like this, absolutely not. All right, hey, I know this is last minute, but would you be able to make a wedding cake by noon on Sunday? I can possibly fit something in by Sunday, but it's gonna depend on what you're interested in getting. You're kidding me. Something like this, but not too big. I'm only expecting 300 people. LOL, wow, I'm sorry, that's gonna be impossible to fit it in such short notice. Okay, I understand. Are you sure? On TV they can play a bigger case than this in a short time. Are you a beginner? Have a good night. Yeah, like, that is, wow. Okay, I just feel like people are so disconnected from reality. Like, and also too, it's your wedding and you're only getting the cake like a few days before. Are you on crack? Like, what sort of drugs are you doing? That's supposed to be like you go venue and then cake, you know? Like, these are like important things, man, and you're doing it the weekend prior. Like, sorry guys, like go pick some up from Freshco or something.
My ex and I separated before the divorce. She agreed to watch the dog while I found a new place. She had the dog put down instead. Number one, we're off to a bad start. Normally I read these and I'm like, nah, well, that's what happens when you marry somebody like that. But this is cruel and unusual. I don't like that. That poor dog.
I just received a wedding request where the client wanted me to pay $100 to photograph the event. I thought they were joking at first. I laughed and then was slightly offended and then laughed again. I explained, fortunately I'm not in a position where I need to pay to work, but thanks for the offer. But for real though, what kind of bananas we talking about here? What a request. Wow, so they asked the photographer to pay them for the wedding? That's ridiculous. That is fully ridiculous. Like, even if they were in a position where it was like you were trying to build up your portfolio or something like that, you just do it for free. Like, you don't pay another individual to do that. And even if you're doing it for free, like, that seems like a stretch. So yeah, crazy.
My ex-wife told me I could leave my stuff in our house while I found somewhere else to stay. I assumed this was a goodwill effort to keep things as amicable as possible between us. When I went to get my stuff, she had burned it all. People are wild. People are wild. It's like, you could just not do that. Let them do the thing. Let them find their place. Come, get their stuff. Clean break. No worries. see ya. It's like, just take the high road. Or just don't let them leave their stuff there. I don't know. It's also like, I know divorces get like so messy and all of that, but at one point you really like loved and cared for this person, so I just don't know how people like completely forget that. I know people change, blah blah blah. Again, I haven't been divorced, I haven't even been married, so maybe I don't know anything, but I just think that there's better ways to deal with these things. I couldn't attend my friend's last-minute destination wedding because I had to travel to visit my dad, who was dying of cancer. That's very sad. To handle hospice arrangements. She was pissed and tried to guilt-trip me because I couldn't afford both plane flights. That was the end of our friendship. Yeah, that was definitely the end of your friendship because you don't need a friend like that. That's terrible. That's terrible. Imagine. Wow. Also, destination wedding, like, sometimes people can't go. If you want to go away for your wedding, that's totally fine. But a destination wedding is so expensive for your guests. You have to remember that. And they also have lives and jobs and people to care for in their lives. Honestly, you didn't need that friendship anyway. Get rid of it. Sometimes the trash just takes itself out, you know? Dilemma of the day. I'm a bridesmaid for a friend and she has asked the bridal party to all cut our hair to the same length. Fine, I can do okay, the fact that fine I can do that is in there? Absolutely not. Get wrecked, buddy. And dye our hair too. I'm a blonde and she wants it to be dark brown and I really don't want to do that. Is it selfish to say no? Absolutely not. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? Sorry. I'm busy that day. I have a cough. I can't come. Like, you're insane. Absolutely not. I'm not even gonna do my hair in the style that you want it to be done in. Sorry. Don't ask people to be your bridesmaids then. I don't know. This isn't like the Rockettes. You know? The final straw for me was when the bride demanded to see the toast I'd written so she could edit it. She ended up rewriting it all together and I ended up skipping her wedding. Yeah, what the heck? Maybe be like just a good person, nice friend, somebody people like, and you won't have to worry about what the toast is, you know? Because you'll know people are gonna say nice things about you. Because why would they say anything bad if you're just, you know, living your life, being nice and doing your thing? People are wild. I feel like people don't actually want to get married when things like this happen. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think I care too little, which would be bad if I was trying to plan a wedding, you know? Like, I think that I would be on the completely opposite end of the spectrum where I'm like, whatever. And then it would just end up being a disaster because I didn't plan anything. Oh, that's why you get a wedding planner. My ex-best friend, I love that. So dramatic right off the start. My ex-best friend. My ex-best friend tried to make me and another bridesmaid walk down the uneven outdoor aisle without our glasses, saying they would ruin the aesthetic of her wedding. And she told us the morning of the wedding, so we didn't even have time to get contacts. Her mom was able to calm her down by reassuring her that she was skinnier and more beautiful than both of us, so no one would be looking at us anyway. Imagine somebody being like, you seeing ruins the aesthetic of my wedding. Like, what? That's insane. That's so insane. And then on top of that, imagine needing your mom to come and tell you, well, you're skinnier and more beautiful. I'm like, why do we enable this kind of behavior? I ever said something as asinine as this, I hope somebody would come and hit me on the back of the head. You know? I'm not about violence, but sometimes you just need somebody to smack the back of your head and be like, what are you doing? Well, if that's her mom's reaction to her being like that, we kind of understand how she got that way. Ooh.
Bride is pissed her bridesmaid has the wrong color toenail polish, gets super defensive in the comments. When your braidmaid, I imagine they said bridemaid, didn't ask what colors to do for her toenails. This makes me mad. Am I the only one that Am I the only one that thinks that little things like this makes them mad? I think that's what they're trying to say there. Like, a lot of typos there, folks. But yeah, you're not the only one, because there are other people, there are a bunch of Karens out there, but like not me. You know, it's like, I can't even imagine getting to my wedding. It's like, it's supposed to be your wedding day. Like, screw all this. You know what I mean? Like, literally, like, who even cares, dude? It's like, why does it matter? Like, if you're supposed to be in love with another human being, and that's what it's supposed to be about, not your freaking bridesmaid's toenails. Like, don't look at them if they're causing you a problem. What the hell?
The bride got walked out on by her entire bridal party except her maid of honor. Of course it was because no one loved her and everyone wanted to ruin her day, not because she ripped a bridesmaid's dress from the neck down in an open area because it was too white. It was the dress the bride insisted on all the maids wearing. Why? Sometimes I feel like people who are getting married absolutely lose their mind. I don't get it. Maybe there's something that goes on when you're trying to plan a wedding and you just lose it for a little bit. But like, you chose the dress. Too white. Also, like, everyone knows who's getting married there. Why does it matter? Everyone could show up wearing white. Whatever. We still know who the bride is. It's not a contest. People are wild. When my friend was a bridesmaid, she received an astonishingly detailed itinerary of how to behave on the wedding day, with notes like 9:52 a.m. Compliment the bride on how she looks on this, the most important day of her life. On the actual wedding day, the bride repeatedly got angry with my friend for not adhering to her itinerary. This was after several months of the bride expecting my friend to be available at a moment's notice to take care of any wedding chores. They haven't spoken since the wedding day. I wouldn't have gone, or I would have gone and made sure to do the exact opposite of what the itinerary says. 9:52 a.m. I would have been like, are you sure that's the dress? Did you happen to bring a backup? I'm like, you wanna make my day? Let's go, buddy. Oh god, I wouldn't do that. Of course I wouldn't. You guys know me. I didn't make it to the wedding. Great start. I didn't make it to the wedding. I was best friends with the woman. Literally, we did everything together. She assembled her wedding party and didn't invite me. She threw me my bachelorette, witnessed my marriage, etc. I found out later I wasn't invited because I was overweight and her mother thought that would limit bridesmaid dress choices and throw the wedding photos off. At least I know I dodged a bullet. Wow, you sure did. Holy. Also, imagine planning your wedding around what your mother wants. I'm like, oh, is it your wedding day? No? Then zip it. Also, just imagine thinking something like that. Fucking weirdo. Sorry for cursing, but Jesus Christ. The bride, who is one of my best friends and very frugal, asked me and her other bridesmaids to hand make all of her wedding decorations. I put in 15 hours a week hand making decorations while also working and going to school full time. That's crazy. I get asking, but like expecting is completely different. You know, you can always ask for help. I understand that. There's nothing wrong with that, but like that's a lot. Sometimes you just gotta have a small wedding. Okay, 6 years ago my childhood friend got married. Her requests. Refused to approve any shoe I picked after claiming I could pick any shoe I wanted, disinvited my parents after sending invitations, required we buy expensive makeup to cover up our visible tattoos, no updos, I have long hair, this does not ever work out well, ever, no pedicures or full sets of acrylic nails, demanded $3,000 in cash gifts for her honeymoon to Walt Disney World. She was offended when she realized no one was gonna pay for that. I ended up pulling out of the wedding and ended the friendship. Their marriage lasted 2 years. Oh. Yeah, that's not surprising. That's not surprising. Also, a honeymoon to Disney World? Not for me. I'm not judging, but not for me. Also, no pedicures? That's so bizarre. Or full sets of acrylic nails? Like, what? That's weird. I once worked in a bakery and we had this bride freak out that her cake wasn't right and proceeded to smash it to bits with her fist. She smashed the wrong cake. Like WTF. Anyways, the cops allowed her to wash her hands before placing her in handcuffs. I felt bad for the future husband and the couple that ordered said cake. People are cray cray. That is absolutely wild. Imagine throwing a temper tantrum like you're an absolute child. You shouldn't be getting married. You should be getting placed in timeout with that attitude. I don't know why I just yelled at you guys. You didn't do anything. Wedding band member here. Oh man, I bet they have the craziest stories. I never even thought about that before. Had a bride flip her shit at me and my bandmates because her instruments weren't white or salmon colored to fit in with the decorations, and she was saying we would ruin the photographs, even though I was playing during the reception and all the photos were already taken. A sunburst jazz bass, a blue Stratocaster, and a red drum set aren't going to ruin your pictures, darling. That's so true. What the hell? What the heck? I said hell. Can I say hell here? I don't even know. What the heck? That's ridiculous. Also, like, are you gonna pay them to get new white and salmon colored instruments? Like, do you know how much an instrument costs? That's absolutely insane. White and salmon. I'm Imagine like getting mad at someone because something's not salmon colored. Like it's just so specific, so pretentious. I hate it. A hip shrimp. Wife cheats on her husband during his frequent travels for work. She files for divorce and gets to keep the house. Months elapse and the husband is still rightfully pissed but has no recourse. Then he has an epiphany. I wonder if she changed the password to the Nest thermostat. She did not. For the next year, he continues to mess with the thermostat. In the middle of summer, when they're sleeping in his bed, he turns the heat on to 90 degrees at 3 a.m. Middle of winter, time to shut off the heat and hope the pipes freeze. Away on vacation, turn the air conditioning down to 55 and let it run 24/7 for a nice surprise bill when they get home. Oh, okay. In the beginning, I read it right, but my brain computed it wrong. So when I read wife cheats on her husband during his frequent travels for work, I was thinking it was the opposite. So I was like, yo, why is this guy, you cheated, but no, it's the opposite. She's just a bad person. Well, I'm like, that's what we just call karma. You know what I mean? The bride had a complete emotional breakdown because the purple monogrammed napkins she ordered were a little too bluish. She also spent the last half of her bachelorette party crying and complaining that not enough people were there. Maybe it's because you have a complete emotional breakdown over the monogram being a little too bluish. What? Imagine a real issue. You know? Imagine something bad happening. Thank God it didn't. Let's all be grateful. We're hanging out. We have the money to get monogrammed napkins. What's that about? That seems like an unnecessary cost, probably, right? Last weekend, a bride strides into a gorgeous rented chapel 4 hours early while 30 people are praying in her super short makeup robe, freaks out because one table was not set up at the moment, picks up a chair in front of everyone and throws it in a trash can. Yup. Wow, that's insane. That's insane. 30 people are praying? Yikes. Yikes. You can't interrupt somebody's prayer. That's pretty rude. And God probably takes note of that, you know? I don't know.
Anyone who spends $500 or more will get a seat at the head of my table. 1,000 gets you a bridesmaid/groomsman spot. See you soon. Yep, no, I'm not going actually. How much does zero money get me? I don't want to be your friend anymore if that is the case. That's just like, what? Oh my god, this is just so, like, this is the world that we're living in right now. Like, this is what freaking capitalism has done to us, guys. We're literally like auctioning off bridesmen and groomsmen spots. Like, no, no, no.
I'm getting married in 37 days. I spent 15 months planning. I've spent thousands of dollars. I've been working out, budgeting, dodging family politics, landmines, chased RSVPs, tried my hand and at both electrical and woodwork, personalized gifts, answered a million emails, and drank lots of wine in the bathtub, so I felt justified in reminding my guests that. I don't care if you miss my wedding because of coronavirus paranoia. You are indebted to me. That's weird. That's super weird. Coronavirus. Coronavirus? What the heck is coronavirus? Oh no! Yeah. Well, great. I'm glad that this was a mutual decision then. I don't know, like what the heck? With the clapping emojis too? Get the heck out of here. We don't need this kind of negativity. People are dying, Karen. Additionally, wow, I can't even, we're starting with additionally? I'm nervous. Additionally, we will require that you wear formal attire after the dancing has ended. Please bring a change of clothing. Remember, the venue is extremely upscale and we want to be looking our absolute best, ladies and gents, please. Ladies and gents, blank, please. If you look like trash, so will we. All jokes aside, we want you to invest in an outfit valued at least $1,000. This includes jewelry, accessories, makeup, and hair. Remember, ladies and gents, this wedding is 24 karat themed for a reason. You have a year and a half to get working. No excuses. Mwah. Imagine the audacity. Valued at least $1,000. Okay, well, that's great. I'll be sure to send you the invoice. Like, are you insane? What? No, absolutely not. I'd be like, sorry, I'm un-RSVPing. You have a year and a half to find someone else to fill my seat. Goodbye. Okay, listen, weddings can be really fun, but they can also be really boring, and if you're already acting like this, I am not ready to take that risk, okay? I'm not. I don't want to waste my day. I don't want to waste my time and my money if you're gonna be rude. I'll be there to celebrate your love if you're gonna be nice about it. Oh, That's so funny. Thank God, at least I have like family. No one's gonna invite me to their wedding now, but my brothers have to. It was 10 degrees Fahrenheit in February. I don't know what that is in Celsius. Cold? Probably. It was 10 degrees Fahrenheit in February. Well, it's February, so yep. And the bride insisted on outdoor photos without coats because we can't hide the dresses. Even the photographer told her no, and she pitched a fit. Years later, she still complains about how her bridesmaids ruined her wedding. I'm like, well, don't have a wedding in February then. As a Canadian, I'm like, the coldest month of the year? That's when you want to have your wedding? I mean, all the power to you, but when I was home for the holidays, it was minus 40 degrees Celsius in December, and it's only gonna get colder. So imagine. And also the photographer said no. Take your little iPhone pics outside alone then if you want, without your coat on. I feel like I'd do it though for the bride. If that was me, I feel like I'd do it, but not long. Like 2 pics, we're in. I'm not getting frostbite for you. No way. My mom was the bride. She didn't have bridesmaids, but I, her daughter, was gonna walk her down the aisle. I've had purple or blue hair for quite some time, and I checked almost a year in advance with my mom that it would be okay for my hair to be blue for the wedding. Checked again every few months, every time I was told to stop insinuating that she was a bridezilla. Of course my hair was fine. 2 weeks before the wedding, my own mother threatened to disinvite me from the wedding if I didn't fix my hair. So I went and got it done, came home, and my mother told me I was shallow for changing my hair to keep up appearances. Sigh, getting it re-dyed back to blonde cost me over $300. If my mom was gonna uninvite me to her wedding, I would say, good luck out there. Hope it works out. But like seriously, I'm not changing my hair for anybody except for me. I really don't care. Or unless you're gonna pay me to do it. Are you gonna pay me money on top of what it costs? Then maybe we can talk, okay? A friend of mine in college was getting married at 19 because she was super conservative Christian and she wanted to have sex. Alright. Between the that alright wasn't like I agree with that, it was just that was a bold statement, alright? Between the time I agreed to be a bridesmaid and a couple of months before the wedding, I lost some weight. She got super pissed at me because she wanted to be the skinny one on the stage and threw me out of the wedding party. Oh well, yeah, oh well. There'll be another one. No, there's definitely people who can get married young and, you know, they make it work, and mad respect to those people. Also, mad respect to people who get out of relationships they don't want to be in. Listen, at the end of the day, who cares? Live your best life, be happy, and yeah, if you're like taking care of yourself, feeling good, don't let anybody be rude. I had a friend that threw a temper tantrum complete with screaming and foot stomping because her grandmother had the audacity to die a few hours before her wedding. She said it would throw off the seating arrangements because now there would be a big empty space. That's so sad. I'm gonna go ahead and say that this was somebody who was just grieving in a way that maybe some of us assume we wouldn't grieve in or haven't grieved in, because, you know, things like this do crazy things to people. Okay, so we're gonna give this person the benefit of the doubt and just say that it had something to do with that, okay?